Welcome back. We're still with the Executive Director of the National Primary Healthcare Development Agency, Dr. Adil Mohammed. Thank you for joining us once again.
Welcome.
Well, of course, we're still on the absence of poliovirus in Nigeria. Of course, achieving this feat has put us on the path of finally eradicating this paralyzing disease from the country. But then we just might have challenges, and many people are wondering about this case of insecurity and how it might, aid polio again, especially children coming in from other neighboring countries, which you, of course, gladly told us there is no such case. But then, in the rural areas, how easy is it? Many people don't go to the hospitals. Many people don't patronize the healthcare facilities. So how do you go about it, given vaccinations?
Yes, sir, we have two approach that we're implementing. First, we have the house-to-house strategy, in which we conduct campaigns, polio campaigns, in between, and we go from house to house and immunize children with oral polio vaccine to tackle the issue of polio. Then secondly, we also have the facility-based intervention, which is routine immunization, where we make vaccine available, not only for polio vaccine, but other antigens, other vaccine-preventable diseases, measles, diphtheria, tetanus, and rest are available in our facilities, so that children and the other eligible Nigerians, including pregnant women that benefit from TT, also benefit from our immunization. So those are the two approach we do. But I also want to say that we've created demand for service, because as we go from house to house, we talk to parents, we have interpersonal communication with them, in which we advise them to also take their wards to our health facilities to get vaccine. And we also carry out outreach services through the MNCH week. We have MNCH week twice in a year, where we, for a whole week, we invite and then we convince, we send out messages to all mothers to come to facility to get immunized, and then also carry out outreach services. So it's a combination. But I want to say to you that the Nigerian mother, the Nigerian women are very conscious of the importance of immunization. Both for themselves and then for the child that is born.
Because earlier you mentioned that Nigeria used to be accused of exporting polio.
Yes, Nigeria used to be, before 2012, Nigeria used to be accused of exporting polio virus to neighboring countries. But we've got past that now, because the program has been improved to the extent that the quality, in terms of blood quality assurance, in terms of covering children, in terms of the population immunity, has been to a level that we no longer export wild polio virus. In fact, we've interrupted transmission as of 24 July this year, which was last Friday. So what we're doing now is to avoid importation, people coming to Nigeria to infect our country, because we've secured our territory. All we need to do now is all we are doing is to also secure our border, so that any child that's coming from any country into Nigeria, that child, for as long as is below 5 years, must be immunized. If you are not willing to be immunized, then you won't be able to access the country. And the same thing, what we also have done is to make sure that in the international airport within the polio endemic states, which is American International Airport, any child that comes into Nigeria and is less than 5 years, we also immunize. So we are fortifying our land borders and also fortifying our airports.
What's the frequency for the vaccination?
The vaccination, any child that comes in, for routine immunization is scheduled. But for polio vaccine itself, what we do is during campaigns, we immunize. I'm sure some people will be wondering that our child have received up to 8, 9 doses or 10 doses during campaign. That, okay, I think it's enough. But I want to advise that, to say that in Nigeria, a study has been done, and to show that a child can only be fully protected if he receives not less than 7 doses at a go. And It's not unconnected. It's not unconnected with the fact that, there are a lot of things that affect seroconversion. By the time a child receives first dose of OPV, the seroconversion depends on a number of factors. First, the nutritional status of that child. Secondly, whether that child vomits or passes diarrhea. Thirdly, to the extent to which the drop of OPV gets into the mind of the child. All these affects the quantity that gets into the mind of the child. It affects the seroconversion that happen within the physiology of that child. So because of that, we want to play safe, and when a child receives, under normal circumstances, by the time a child receives the first dose, 1, 2, 3, 4 dose, it should be okay. But we know that in our population, in our society, about 50%, there is malnutrition about 50% of children in this country. Secondly, there is high level of diarrhea in our children. We have about 40 million episodes of diarrhea annually in this country. That also affects the uptake.
Interesting.
So we want to play safe, and that is why we've also have introduced inactivated polio vaccine, so that if a child receives 2, 3 doses or 4 doses, then we couple it up with IPV, the inactivated polio vaccine, and with that moves the seroconversion to about 85% or thereabout, and that child is ready to go.
Well, thank you very much, Dr. Adil Mohammed, for your time and for coming on Dateline Abuja.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Well, thank you as always for your mails. Keep your views and comments coming using the address and Twitter handle on your screen, or most especially on the recent issue of polio discussed today. You can also let us know anything happening within your area, especially if you're in the nation's capital. Now, don't forget you can view the program on youtube.com/channelsweb/videos. Make your comments after viewing the current program, and of course, write your name and your location when writing in. Thank you so much for watching this week. I'm Gloria Umezuke. See you again.